Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's recipe we're making some chewy ginger cookies. So aside from all their health benefits, they're very delicious, and what better way to celebrate fall than making ginger cookies. I've got the description box below with a full ingredient list, and let me show you how to make them. So I left my unsalted butter outside so you could get at room temperature and get soft, so it's a lot easier to mix. So now I'm going to add this brown sugar. And mix this very well. So now that my sugar and butter are well creamed, I'm going to add this egg. And I'll continue blending. Okay, so the way that I peel my ginger, I like to get every bit. So what I do is just, with your knife, start kind of scratching the top skin. And that way you don't lose any of your ginger. So I'm going to do that to all of it, and then I'll show you how I grate it. And see, I didn't lose much of my ginger, just the skin. So now just for this piece, cut that piece off. And I like to have a little fresh ginger, so I'm going to grate this. You're going to have a lot of juice come out. If you don't like the little fiber pieces like this, you can remove it, just squeeze out all the juice. Alrighty. So these are just a few scraps that are left. And alright, so for this, if you don't like tons of this ginger fiber, you can remove it. You could, if you just want the juice, you can just kind of start squeezing it out like this and just have that ginger flavor. But I like having the fiber in it, so I'm going to actually put all of it, but I'm going to add in all of that ginger. And because I like a strong ginger spicy flavor in my cookies, it won't be an overwhelmingly spicy, but just has that hint. I still like to add a little dry ground ginger. And you could totally omit the dry powder. You can use fresh, and if you don't have fresh, you could use dry. So it's really versatile. Mix this all up. Now I'm going to add my molasses in, and molasses stick easily to any bowl, so I like to spray this with a little olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, to measure out my molasses. And that way it'll slide out a lot easier. Molasses give it such a good flavor and color to the cookies. So now we're going to mix all of that in. And as you see, it easily came out. So anything like honey and molasses, add a little oil so it slides on right out. Now that this is well mixed, we're going to add our dry ingredients. So in this bowl, I've got whole wheat flour, all-purpose flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt, ground cloves, cinnamon. And now let's pour it all in several batches. So I do this. I like to mix it with my spoon so I don't have flour all over my kitchen. You can easily mix this with a spoon by now. You don't need a hand mixer. You can if you want to, but this is a lot easier. And we're going to do another round of flour. Just keep swirling to get all those ingredients combined. And it looks like all of it is well combined. So now we'll start forming some little scoops, and start putting them in our baking pan. So you'll need 2 spoons for this, and I'll show you in just a bit. I personally like my cookies to be really chewy, so actually make a bigger ball. So about that much. And then I've lined my baking pan with some parchment paper. And all I do is just set them on there. If you've got an ice cream scoop, that makes it a little bit easier. If not, then you can just use the same method that I'm using. And you do the same. I'm going to give them a little space. For a crispier cookie, you would want to add more flour to this so the dough becomes a little bit tougher, and then you would make your scoops a little bit smaller as well. So I've got my oven preheated on high. I'm going to put these cookies to bake for 350 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes. You really want to watch your oven, especially if you're making a thinner cookie like a ginger snap cookie. It's going to be last time, about 8 to 10 minutes. So let me pop those in. I've pulled my cookies out of the oven and now let them rest. You could put them in a cooling rack or in the same pan for 2 to 5 minutes and they're ready to enjoy.